It is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change. Charles Darwin.
Today at the Rabbit's Den, we're going deep into the jungle with G.I. Joe Classified Series, Stewart, Outback, Selkirk. Yo Joe! Welcome back everyone to the Rabbit's Den. I am your host Marco, aka Rabbit. Now before I start this review, I just want to greet everyone a happy Veterans Day to all our veterans out there and their families. Hope you guys are having a good start on your long weekend, enjoying each other's company, barbecuing, and just having a good time. Now, speaking of good time, what's best to celebrate Veterans Day than to do an unboxing review of one of Hasbro's G.I. Joe action figures? Now, what I have for you today is this Target exclusive G.I. Joe Classified Series Tiger Force Stewart Selkirk, aka Outback. Now, Outback here is one of the G.I. Joe characters that I'm not really familiar with, only because my knowledge in G.I. Joe's is very limited to the cartoon series. I would say first few seasons and whatever action figures that came out along the TV show. Now, Outback here, um, from what I read, came out initially in the comics, which I never really read because, as surprisingly, when I was younger, I was never really into reading comics. Not so much, I would say. So I have no idea what his backstory is. All I know is from what I read, he is a wilderness specialist, part of the G.I. Joe infantry, and he's a survival training instructor for the G.I. Joes. So my knowledge on him is really limited to that only. But with that said, let's get into this review. Now let's take a look at the box here first. As you can see right in front, G.I. Joe Classified Series, Stewart Outback Selkirk. We do have the Tiger Force logo, and I believe the original Outback from the Tiger Force in the 80s was a European only exclusive, so it was never released here in the United States. Right on the right side here, we have a picture of Outback. It looks like the medium they use. It looks like it's color pencils, which is pretty cool. And that art continues on the side here, which is more of a full picture of Outback in here. And it looks like there's a cobra right here. And I'm really digging this art, which is pretty nice. Right on top, G.I. Joe Star. He is number 39 on the classified series. On the other side, we have some symbols here indicating different attributes of the figure. And I believe if you go to the Hasbro website, you'll be able to find out what each of those symbols mean. And again, number 39, G.I. Joe. On the back, I believe this is something brand new. Um, I'm not sure what it is. It looks like a wilderness jungle, but there's some stairs in here. It could be a hidden base. Again, Tiger Force logo on the left side here, and legal stuff in here. On the bottom, we have more legal stuff, barcode, and that's pretty much it for the box. Now let's take a look at the figure himself. Looking at the head sculpt here, beautiful, beautiful sculpting. He definitely has that rugged look as an outdoorsman, a wilderness specialist. You can tell with his white hair, gray hair, that he has the experience to do such thing. I really love the sculpt on him. Very, very detailed, especially the hair and the bandana, the way it's sculpted. Now this figure was really, really a pain to get. I ordered this almost a year ago and started receiving um delayed emails from Target, and each time you had to cancel or not cancel, you had to approve the delay, or else the your figure or order will get canceled. And a lot of people's orders were getting canceled, which really sucks. But I've been keeping up with my emails, and I finally got this figure. Most people got their figure, their Outback, overseas, and there was a lot of backlash in regards to getting this figure. But he's finally here. Now go back to the fig. Love the orange shirt. Definitely gives it contrast. I guess when you're in the wilderness, you can be seen right away. Which I'm not sure if that's a smart idea if you're trying to be, you know, hiding from cobras and such. Love the tiger logo.
Carol Baskin.
Tiger Force logo in there. Has black gloves, camo pants, military boots, and then a gun holster, another holder for one of the other accessories, a knife sheath on his left foot. But yeah, I definitely love this figure. I love the harness too. I love it when they put that kind of accessories, extra accessories, so it breaks up the simpleness of the figure and makes it look like it's more complete. Now, as far as articulation, his head is on a ball joint, so he can pretty much look left, look right, 360 all around. He can look up that much, down that far, not so much, hindered by his beard. His shoulders, he can do standard T pose or Y almost, more than 90. He has a bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, pinless. I love it when they do that. So he can pretty much scratch his head if he wanted to, or comb his hair. On his left wrist, he has twists and a vertical up and down hinge. I guess when you're pointing a gun, that's really good to have. And on the right wrist, he has a twist and a horizontal up and down hinge. So that's his arm, which you can pretty much do a lot of cool poses with him. On his torso, he has a pretty decent ab crunch. Can go back really far, really far. On the hips, it is on a ball joint, super tight on mine, but some limited twists in there, but you can definitely do 360 on it. He does have the drop down hips and can do the splits that far. Does have a thigh cut you can twist. Again, double jointed knees, pinless. Ooh, super tight on mine, so be careful on that one. He can go that far. As far as ankles, he does have up, down, no twist, but there is a lot of rocker, room for rocker in there. So yeah, that's it for his articulation. And definitely can do a lot of fun poses with him. Mine is just kind of hard to pose right now because it's out of the package, brand new, and his joints are super, super tight. So I might need to heat it up a bit so I can put him on decent poses. Now let's look at accessories that he came with. Now, as far as accessories, he does come with this super, super detailed backpack. Lots of pouches in it. Definitely need in the wilderness. Could use more paint, but the single color brown could work. There are two pegs on the side where you can hang other tools. So that's first. He does come with his handy dandy shovel. You know, what's a survivalist without his little shovel to dig? Probably most of them chop wood with it also. And this can actually peg on the side of the backpack on either side. So that looks good in there. He does come with a pistol. I love the little details on it. Love that it has a wrap on the handle. And it looks like it has a little laser sight on the bottom, which is super cool. Now this gun can go to his holster. Right on the side, right on his hip, just like that. He comes with. Now, I've heard people call this a scope, but I always thought this was a flashlight. I normally see this hanging on the shoulder strap right here. But he has that scope or flashlight that can go on his other side right here. Just like that. He has his big combat knife, single color gray. But I do like that he has the jagged edges. You can see right there. I love that little detail on it. And this goes right on his lower left leg right here. And lastly, he does have this gun. Now, I'm not a, gun specialist. I'm not quite sure what type of gun this is. But comes with a handle in the front. It kind of looks like Han Solo's gun in here. I mean, it is Hasbro, so it might be a reuse on the mold. It has a scope on top. And it does have a removable magazine that would peg right here on the bottom. Like that. And it has this strap on it. So again, this you could peg on the backpack through the trigger. Like that. Now I'm not sure. You'll probably have to put his arm around here so you can put the backpack. So let's do that right now. Hole right in the back, you have to align the harness. Like that. And his gun put around his shoulder and then through the backpack like that. Which makes him look really, really badass. So that's his accessories. Okay, so let's do some size comparisons. Let's start off with our friend Timber. That's how he size up. And you can't have Timber without his master, Snake Eyes. If I can stand him up. Here we go. Looks like Snake Eyes is a bit smaller than Outback. Next, we have Duke. Duke is about the same height. And we have Kamakura. I can't stand him up, so that's what he looks like next to Outback. A couple of Cobras. Cobra Trooper and Cobra Viper. So they size up pretty well with Outback. Here he is next to a McFarlane Superboy. Superboy is definitely taller, considering it's a McFarlane. Next to a Mythic Legion Sir Gerard. Mythic Legion normally taller than Hasbro figures. Here's a Hasbro non-Joe. We have Jon Favreau as Paz. They size up pretty well. The official, unofficial mascot of the channel. We have Nighthair McFarlane here. Definitely way taller. And lastly, a 112 collective, Craig. About the same height. And there you have it, folks. Our detailed view of G.I. Joe Classified Series, Outback. What do you guys think of the figure? For me, it was definitely a must-buy. I love everything about this figure, from its accessories, sculpting, and the small details that it has. Is it a must-buy for you guys? Did you guys pre-order it last year and Target gave you all those emails for delays and cancellations? Let me know in the comment section below. Well, if you guys enjoyed this video, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button. And please hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed in the channel yet. And make sure you hit that bell notification to be notified for any future video reviews that I do. You can find me on social media. I am on Instagram doing my toy photography at the Rabbit's Den Collectibles. And there is an underscore on each of the word there. Well, again, happy Veterans Day to everyone. And in behalf of Outback, this is Rabbit. And I'll see you next time on the Rabbit's Den. Peace.